Hello and welcome to the FI Brothers podcast. Today we're going to be talking about 50 ideas to improve your finances by 1% in 2019.
I doubt we'll get through all 50.
Yeah, so it's probably going to be like 10. We'll pick our top ones. Should be fun. Yeah, it's actually a couple days before Christmas right now. What day is it? It's Saturday, so I don't know. Excited for Christmas?
Yeah, just getting together with family, so it's always good.
Yeah, it should be fun. We're going a little bit lighter this year, like with Christmas presents and stuff. I got married at Boots, but they came in, they were the wrong size. I sent them back. But anyways, well, like we're not going like overboard where a lot of people go, but like I think you notice that you're kind of like really happy without stuff. It's like kind of a minimalistic approach to it where you're just happy with like each other and not like needing more stuff. Like if we need stuff, we just get it. But it's not like, I don't know. I kind of, whatever. We're going off topic. I kind of don't like the Christmas aspect of it, like the commercial aspect of it, because like you know that somebody's gonna get you a present, and you have to get something of roughly equal value.
Yeah.
In return, it's like, what is this? This is not like, if I want to get you something in July because I think it'll like bless you or whatever, then I should be able to do that, and it shouldn't be just like stuck at Christmas. Everybody has to come up with 30 different things for everybody that they know. I don't know. Not a fan.
Yeah. No, I feel the same. The whole gift giving process, like just the way it's kind of almost a requirement. Like it's rude not to get somebody something.
Yeah.
But like if then you kind of end up usually, getting a gift card or something like generic.
Yeah.
And it's
like something. Yeah. Like what you're saying, something like not necessary. Like, I don't know, for us at least, like when people ask us what do we want, we're like, we're fine. We don't need anything,
Yeah.
But then, I don't know, they feel like they have to get us something. Like, no, really, it's okay not to get us anything. And I know that you're fine. But instead, everybody's going to spend $100 here and then get $100 and just like flip all the stuff around so that the stores end up ahead and nobody gets anything that they really need.
Yeah.
I don't know, like sometimes it's good, but.
No, I mean, yeah, it's different than like, ooh, I saw this. I thought of you. This is something you could use or need or something.
Like that's totally
like
fine,
that's awesome. And like that's more a spirit of giving rather than an obligation, which I feel like a lot of gift giving is now. Anyways,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But actually, I really like the idea. I just came across this where families, instead of getting each other gifts and stuff, like they all take a weekend and go on vacation or something. Even if it's not during the Christmas weekend, it could be, a week before, after, a month before, month after, whenever. But all taking that time and just getting together as family and, saving the money that they would be spending on gifts and stuff and
getting experience instead.
Getting experience that they're going to remember. All these, little toys and stuff are just going to be broken or gone or forgotten. And
yeah, I agree. Like if it's kids, like you get really excited and that's fine. Like that's really, it's like an experience for the kid. But as adults, like it seems it's just getting a little out of hand. I don't know. Yeah. I definitely agree. We should try to do that with like I'll go out, get an Airbnb, and just like we should go to that one. If you guys watch my channel, you saw the vlog. We should see if we can get the whole house and just hang out there for a weekend. That'd be fun.
Where?
Me and Meredith went to this place in Maine. Do you ever see that vlog? Anyway, so we went to this Airbnb in Maine, and it's like a 7-bedroom like little mansion thing, and we had the entire place to ourselves. It was wicked cool.
Cool.
So we like played hide and seek in the halls, and they have like a pool table and stuff upstairs, and it was really fun. So,
well, with the travel hacking now, we could go anywhere and do that too. And
yeah, that's true.
We all are gonna have plenty of free flights.
That's true. Check out our travel hacking vlog. Self ad. All right, we should probably start here.
Yeah. We've brought up travel hacking in like every episode, I think,
because it's awesome.
It's amazing. We both
and house hacking. Like if you're gonna do one thing to change your life, house hack.
Yes.
And then just never worry about money again, and then you can do whatever you want after that.
Yeah. After that, it's all
travel hacking is just a bonus, like
specific
just a
stuff.
couple grand a year that's free. But
just
man,
a few grand.
Yeah. No, like the house hacking, it's so good, man.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
just telling random people about it now, but there's like, it almost feels like I did Amway for like, don't judge. I did Amway for a little bit, and I just didn't like it because I felt like I was selling people stuff.
Yeah.
And like you have to push it on your friends and family, and I don't want to be like that. It's just not my personality, which is fine. If you can build a great business doing that, it's fine. But it just wasn't my personality. And also real estate was kind of the same thing. But I didn't like it for other reasons. Forget where I was going with this. What were we talking about?
Feeling like you're selling people things.
Oh yeah. So I don't know. That's what I feel like when I'm doing like talking to people about financial independence or house hacking. I'm like, no, seriously, I'm not selling you anything. I'm just saying like your life can be so much easier if you just know this one thing. And if I'd known it sooner, I'd be closer to retirement right now. But
you're not too far behind. You're what, 23?
Yeah, I got a 5-year plan. 27 is the goal here.
Yeah, I'm a little bit behind you. I'm shooting for 30, but still, I was just
Rough
thinking
life,
about that the other day. I was like, I feel like I'm behind. I'm now my goal is financial freedom by 30, and I'm like, well, that's still not too bad.
Yeah.
Anyways, so.
And it's not like you're retiring. It's just like, I don't know. I think people should really do what they're passionate about and what they love, and they'll make a bigger impact in the world than if you're stuck doing something you hate for 40 years. So I think like once we get to that point where we have the freedom to like, you know what, I want to teach a class on this for free for underprivileged kids, or like whatever it is that you want to do real estate, whatever
Travel
it is.
Around doing mission trips.
Yeah.
Or
you have the freedom to help people.
Yeah.
So it's not like a selfish thing. It's more like, I want to be there for my kids when I have kids. So I'm really pushing hard right now when I don't have kids so that I'm able to do like travel with them and, all that other stuff. So anyways, wow. Little dead air. This is good.
No, that's all right.
So
okay. Let's get to these. Okay. So these are, we talked about house hacking as always, and that would be one of the big things, your car, cutting down expenses there, food. Those are your top 3 major expenses.
Yeah. Like housing is 33%, car is 17%. I just did a video on this.
Yeah.
Car is 17%. And then, like there's insurance and stuff and food and stuff, but the little things don't matter as much as the big things. So focus on those first. But after you do that, if you want to optimize more, because you want to retire just a year or 2 sooner, then these would be some tips for you.
So these are smaller things that you can do that can still, make a big impact, but they're more the fine tuning.
Go for it. You want the first one?
Yeah. Okay. So one, it kind of applies to several different things. You can, say like your credit card company, say you have a credit card. A lot of credit cards might have an annual fee. Usually it's like $95, or sometimes it's even, up to $400 or $500. And if you call up your credit card company and tell them, this is a lot. I'm thinking of maybe switching to this other card that doesn't have an annual fee, or maybe just getting rid of it altogether. They will usually waive that fee for the next year. And that right there can save you $100, a few $100. And that's something really basic that you can do. It might be a 15-minute phone call.
Yeah, absolutely. And the reason that they would waive it is because they want to keep you on their credit card. Like they're willing to pay for customer acquisition because they know that most of Americans, they're going to end up making money on them in their lifetime. And it's the same thing with like phone companies, like your cable company, your insurance things. Like if you just call people and be like, hey, it's like $100 a month right now for whatever it is. We're just using round numbers. And like, I'm really like, this place is offering me $50 a month and I'm thinking of switching over. Can you help me out? And they're like, sure, we might be able to do 75 or we might be able to do 50 or whatever. And just, that's going to add up over time if you're doing those monthly expenses. So just spending some time on the phone can definitely help you out. And then also like different, like cable or whatever it happens to be, they'll just like hike your rates. And if you're not paying attention to what your budget is, what your monthly expenses are, you might be like, this used to be $50 a month and now it's like $125. What happened? Yeah. So it's just good to keep an eye on stuff and make sure people aren't like skyrocketing on you.
Yeah, there's a lot of fine print, especially with like phone bills and cable bills, especially. Oh, yeah. I think cable is probably the biggest. It might be a set price for like the first year or 6 months, but after that, if you forget about it, it shoots up, or like every year they might increase it. And, over a few years, it might have doubled or tripled. And, a lot of people just don't even realize that it, goes up. So check your statements, call the company, be like, hey, what is the price now? What am I actually paying? And can you do anything about it?
Yeah, exactly. And like an easy way, instead of like checking your statement every month, an easy way might be to get, there's an app called Mint. So you just check it out. It has like you put in your bank account and your credit cards, and it tells you like all expenses that come through and like anything, what your balances are, and then like when your bills are due and stuff like that. So it might be an easy way to just like flip it open a couple times a week and be like, hey, this, you know, it might be, I don't know, it's just something that's helped us a lot to be able to keep track of your expenses. And then you start to realize it gives you budget. You start to realize like, hey, I'm spending a lot on this one thing. Like maybe I should look into that and see what I can do about that. Or you'll see if stuff like, it's usually $50 and now it's like $100. Like what's going on here? So
yeah.
Anyways,
all right.
I used mine because I was saying call the phone company. So It's your turn.
All right. So another thing that you can do, this isn't necessarily like immediate financial gain or savings, but educate yourself. And there's a lot of different ways to do that. One of our favorite ways would be books. We listen to a lot of books on Audible and podcasts, also reading, blogs and things online, articles, and educate yourself. Education usually turns into money. Like there are so many different things out there that you can do. Just knowing about them, knowing about house hacking, knowing about travel hacking, things like that can save you thousands of dollars and change your life. So just educating yourself, learning about different things that will save you money, different ways to make money, just constantly improving yourself will turn into financial benefits somehow. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know how to word that, but yeah.
Like I say this a lot, you don't know what you don't know. So like I didn't come up with that. But you don't know what you don't know about, especially about money. So if you don't know like these different ways of optimizing things, you usually know one specific thing. Like I know financial independence because I've studied it a heck of a lot. I know real estate, but I don't know like anything else. Like, no, I know other stuff, but like everybody has their own little niche that they're in. Like, I don't know nursing at all, or like math or chemistry or like whatever. So everybody knows their own little thing, but you need to know about money as well, because your whole life, whether you care about money or not, your whole life is going to revolve around, you have to go to work every single day for it. So you want to learn as much as you can about ways to optimize it. Like house hacking, whatever it happens to be, so that you're able to not have to worry about it. Yeah. So it's just good to keep bettering yourself. So I just looked up here our Audible account. So I had this for a couple of years before you joined in, and now we share an Audible account because saving money, and we share a Spotify. But that gets annoying.
Okay. So if one person is listening to it, you can't both be streaming music at the same time. So if one of us might be listening to it and then the other person turns it on and it switches the song on that person. And sometimes like we'll steal it back and forth from each other, and
that might be bordering into cheap, but I don't really care about it enough
it's
to
not
pay
that big of a deal.
The extra $5. But anyways,
so
I wouldn't if you
if the other person happens to be listening to music, I might throw on a podcast instead. Like it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, but also you don't need to go that extreme to save $5 a month. But anyway, so the Audible account, we have listened for 2 months, 2 days, 21 hours, and 21 minutes.
Wow.
So that is a lot of time. So this past month, listen. All right, so every month. So we did 17 hours, 13 hours, 29 hours, 21 hours, 14 hours. So it is consistency. And I'll show some of these on the video. It's consistency. It's listening every day. Like if you look on here every day, it's 31 minutes, 50 minutes, 28 minutes, an hour and a half. So it's consistently 15 minutes, half an hour a day, trying to learn a little bit more. Read that little bit more of a book or whatever it happens to be. And just you learn stuff that you wouldn't know. Like people are spending their entire lives, they write one book, and they're telling you everything that they know about whatever subject that is inside of 4 hours, 6 hours, whatever it happens to be. So it's a really beneficial to learn everything. A lot of
condensed knowledge.
Yep. And that's why I like Stuff You Should Know, because they take a subject. It's a podcast, Stuff You Should Know. Stuff You Should Know. Anyways, they...
Learning Stuff with Joshua and Chuck. Stuff You Should Know. That's the only time I'm ever going to try to sing on here.
I apologize for my brother. He was singing before the show.
I was. Okay, well, I'm going to Ireland in a few months, and I'm trying to
You're practicing.
brush up on my Irish songs.
I don't think that's how it works.
Yeah.
Travel hacking. Anyways.
Yeah, going for free.
just going to keep plugging this until people
See,
quit.
it's not a plug because we're not getting anything from it. We're just trying to share because it's awesome.
Anyways.
Yeah.
I forgot what we were talking about.
I don't know.
I know. See, I told him right before the show, you're supposed to bring energy and stay focused, but I can't stay focused. It's difficult. I don't know. Do you got anything else?
Yeah, well, just something along the lines of education would be, there's a lot of free classes out there. So if you're not great at, self-motivation and learning things on your own, there are actually classes out there that you can take for free. There's online classes you can take for free, like they're, college classes and stuff. They might not be accredited, but it doesn't really matter if your goal is just to learn.
Which should be the goal when you learn. It shouldn't be like, oh, I need this credit. It should be like, no, I want to improve my life and learn about things that are actually useful.
Yeah.
School bugs me.
There are free classes at a lot of states and
like community colleges and stuff like that offer a lot, or high schools even. Like there's classes everywhere.
Yeah, a lot of cities and stuff will offer like continuing education classes, adult classes for, even if you want to, better in math or English or whatever, you can take classes like that for free. I was homeschooled and I never actually ended up getting my GED. So I'd been working for a few years. I forgot a lot of this stuff I learned, in high school. So I went and took, continuing education classes for free just to prepare for to take my GED and then SATs or something like that, just to refresh on stuff. And you can do that for free. And it was actually very helpful.
And so stuff you should know that pretty much, that's what I was talking about before. Sorry, I forgot. So pretty much they take a subject and every week they talk for like an hour about that specific subject, like a big coffee, and then it'll be how like fusion reactors work and just like bunch of random stuff. So that's how you get to know a little bit about a lot of stuff, would be learning a little bit about a lot of stuff. They make it entertaining, so I'd highly recommend checking that out. Or if there's anything that you're interested in, you want to learn how to do anything under the sun, YouTube. Go to YouTube, find a channel that tells you how to do financial independence, like this one, or painting, or whatever it is for you. Check it out. Learn some stuff. It's not, I don't know. That's what I had.
Yeah, even little things like changing your oil. I know a lot of people that don't know how to do that, and that can save you. Especially on a truck. I'm about to do it on my truck, and that's going to save me about $40. Like, it's half the price. On a car, my Civic, I think it only saves me about, I think it was $8. Yeah. And for that, it's not quite worth it because
it
it's kind of a pain.
For my car.
My Civic is so low that I can't get underneath it, and I have to like jack it up, but I don't have, a full jack setup. So that's a big pain to do. I have to drive it up on ramps and anyway, so I stopped doing the Civic, but now I'm going to do my truck because that's easy to get to. And, it takes 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Sure. All right. So another little one, we're just kind of whatever, would be find cheap stuff to do. So instead of going out and spending money, like instead of saying, let's have a fun night out, let's all go to the movies, be like $75 if you're going with the family. Or let's all go bowling, probably going to be around the same price. Let's all go out to dinner, probably going to be the same thing. Which is fine if that's what you want to do. If like you have a great experience, then cool. But if you're trying to optimize, you're trying to get that 1% better, let's find something free to do. There's hiking trails everywhere. There are like any type of sports, anything like that. You can go, like there's so many things you can do for free inside of your own city. Like if you just go and look up your city and you start checking out like different things to do for free inside of like Manchester, New Hampshire, ton of stuff is going to come up, or stuff that you can do for cheap and not.
Yeah, I mean, there are even free concerts and stuff for shows.
Oh, yeah.
They're not necessarily all horrible. There are some that are kind of, amateur. But even just getting together for a game night, like all sitting around playing a game, playing cards, can be, a great time, great memories. And it's totally free. You're all just hanging out as a family. And, you're not just all zoned out. Even the movies and stuff, like you're all just kind of zoned out. Like you might go as a family, but I guess you can talk about the movie after, but for the whole time that you're there, you're just all.
And again, not saying any of these are bad. You have to cut out everything and have a miserable life. We're saying if you want to optimize, just try some other stuff for free. Like we said, maybe you try to say this weekend or like for the next year, we're going to try everything in our state, the top 50 things to do in New Hampshire. we're going to try to hit one of them every weekend, and we're going to make this the most memorable year ever. If you do that, you're probably going to have tons of great experiences. Most of it's going to be like gas money to get there and lunch. Unless you bring your own lunch, then it's just normal food. And then, yeah, so like there's just lots of ways to optimize here.
Yeah.
Or the other thing would be just to sit and stare at a wall so that you don't have to pay money and do that in the dark. It's like a miserable existence, you know? Like when people think of like frugality, they're like, oh, like you just don't do anything. You just sit at home and do nothing.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of stuff to do that doesn't cost much.
Did you know that Psych is on Amazon Prime?
No.
Maggie told Meredith, my cousin told my wife last night. So I was watching like season 8, one of the episodes this morning. Oh, that's an awesome show.
So good. So good. Okay. We all used, back when we were still living at home, like we'd watch that almost every night as a family. It's so good. It was like one of the only shows Mom actually liked as well. Yeah. Like that we all could agree on.
Oh, what
so good.
Great show. Yeah. So I found that cause it's not on Netflix, which like, again, Netflix, we still steal some, I don't even know whose it is, but we still steal theirs. Like you all don't need your own Netflix. This is ridiculous.
No. I mean, yeah, but I'm borrowing a friend's, and sometimes if he's watching or something, then I'll do something else. But
no, you can. I think you can do both at the same time.
No, it has a screen limit of 1 or 2.
Really?
I can't remember. Yeah, okay. There's like 3 people on that one. All right, on to something else.
The reason the camera stops recording at 23 minutes. I can't figure out how to fix it. If anybody knows how to do a Canon G7X hack, how to do that, that would be awesome. But
yeah, it gets kind of annoying.
I can't figure it out.
Okay.
Throw the show right off the rails.
Yeah.
Going through your
kind of goes back to the whole focus thing.
Yeah. Focus and energy.
We have to jump up and go restart the camera.
We need a sign that says focus and energy. What was it? Oh, so check into your monthly subscriptions. A lot of people have subscriptions that they don't. So like what we're talking about here, you might have a Spotify and you like really hate Spotify and you listen to all your stuff on Google Play. Where do people Stitcher? And so like just different things.
Stitcher?
Never heard of Stitcher?
I've heard of Stitcher. I thought that was something else.
I don't know. I'm just thinking of other places people listen to music. So maybe you do that.
Apple
and you
Music?
Don't use. I don't have an Apple, so. Yeah. Not weird.
Primitive.
Anyway, so you just like go through your monthly memberships. Maybe if you don't go to the gym, first of all, go to the gym. Maybe you can get, if you have 2 gym memberships.
I hate the gym. I do not go to the gym.
So he doesn't have, but like just check your monthly subscriptions and things that are reoccurring because they're constantly. The $10, the $50, the $100 is not a big deal. It's one that's happening every single month and you're not even using the service, or you'd be just as fine using a free service. So check into that, and that's one way you can just save like a lot, like almost everything now. They're trying to sell you a subscription, like Amazon.
Oh yeah.
Their whole goal is to get everybody in the world, mostly, to have a subscription to Amazon Prime. That is how they make their money. They get to lose money on some products, but their whole goal is that everybody wants 2-day shipping. So they want people to sign up for it, which is like, it's fine. It's awesome. And it has Psych now. But, like just check into those memberships and see if they add value to you. Speaking of which, do you know what's going on with the stock market right now? Do you follow that like at all?
No, I don't.
It's like tanking right now. It's like 10% down.
Really?
At least.
Why?
Yeah, Apple's like completely fallen off the map. Well, like the Fed hiked the interest rates and all that. But like, look, everything's like going straight down. Anyways, we'll look into it. Yeah. So I was thinking about investing, but because I have like a decent amount of money saved up for my next house hack. Yeah, see how it like fell right off the cliff there? Whoa. But I don't think I'm going to do it because I don't, so during a recession is like the perfect time to invest because then like everything goes up. That's where most millionaires are made, like during a recession, and then they just ride the climb.
The thing is, you have to be able to let it sit there for a while and not need that, because if you ever need it and you have to pull it out, that's where you lose. Yeah,
that's a problem. I couldn't do anything like, even if you invest a few grand, like, and it goes up 30%, what are you going to make? Like $1,000?
Yeah, you need to be able to invest a substantial amount.
And I want to save that for real estate because it's like infinity back on the ROI.
Yep.
This one says build a home gym, but I tried that and Planet Fitness is a lot better.
I was just going to mention that. Like, you did that, and you didn't.
Well,
you actually made a little money on it, right? Because
Yeah.
you looked for good deals. He bought a bunch of equipment.
Yeah, Craigslist.
Yeah.
Yep. So I was buying it on good deals, and then you can sell it for more because like weights always stay the same price. So you can do that, but I think it's easier. Like I still have some of my stuff. I sold the rest of it off. But I think it's easier to have motivation to go if you like. The hardest part is starting. So if you go to the gym and once you're there, you're going to start, where if you're home, you get distracted and stuff. So for some people, this might be good. But if you're doing Planet Fitness, like $10 a month, it's not that really big of a deal.
Beat that, yeah.
Actually, we have the black card so that we can both go, but it works out the same. So that's $20 a month.
All right. Another random thing you can do is, with food. So
the structure of this is so well.
We're just all over the place.
Stock market, food. Carry on.
This kind of describes us. I don't know.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Obviously.
Or at least me. I'm just kind of all over the place.
Focus.
Yes. Food.
Don't bang the table.
Sorry. You're throwing me off.
Food.
I'm throwing myself off. Okay. So you can optimize like your grocery bill and stuff by, going to places like, Aldi's, something like that.
Their produce is a little sketchy though.
Yeah, I do not get produce there anymore. If it's not rotten already, it's rotten by the next morning.
So for people who don't know, Aldi's is like kind of like a discount food place. So they have like their own generic knockoffs of everything. They have like, instead of Honey Nut Cheerios, it'll be like Honey Nut Cherry Flows. Like, I don't know, like it's their own, like it's pretty much the same thing. It's just a little bit knocked off and like half the price.
Yeah.
But their produce is really, like
some
frozen
of their stuff can
from
be
Europe
very
or
good
something.
deals, and other stuff is just not worth it.
But that's saying like we all eat, me anyways, eats like healthy organic food, fruits and vegetables, meat, stuff like that's good for you, not like the generic cheap meat. But if you go to like Whole Foods and get meat, it's gonna I'll trade you my arm for that like chicken breast. It's gonna cost you an arm and a leg. So if you go to like Market Basket, which is like the reasonable version that still has healthy stuff, it would be a much better deal. So just where you shop. Carry on to your point. Sorry.
Also, especially with meat, like look for coupons. That's where you can definitely save. Like, look for a good coupon, buy in bulk. Even if you have to go to a few different stores to get your different meats and stuff that are on, because that's, usually a pretty good chunk of your bill. And they do have good sales on meat usually, different places. So there's that. There's plan out your meals for like a week in advance. And
for those of you who don't know, Nathaniel has PKU. He has never had meat in his life, and he's giving you advice on where to buy meat. Carry on. I hear laughter from the other room. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, it's true. Like, no, it's fine. I'm just saying. I thought that would.
I've had bacon grease.
That counts. All right. Sorry. Carry on. So you're saying plan out your meals. Yeah.
Okay.
No. It's
plan out your meals.
Yeah.
And cook in batches. I know you do that. I
Yep.
don't really do that whole lot because I have a bunch of
No, go ahead.
I have a bunch of fake food. And I can't have protein, so everything is medically modified that I eat pretty much except for fruits and vegetables, and it does not stay very well. I can't really reheat it. So aside from like stir fries, I don't cook in batches, which is annoying because I always have dishes. I cook 3 meals a day usually, and for each one it's like a full meal that I have to cook for, and I use it, just about all of my pots and pans for each meal, and then I have to wash them for the next meal, and it's annoying. Anyways.
But on the other hand, since you do have that, you get free food. So
I do.
It works out.
Yes.
But anyways,
I also
cooking
eat pasta twice a day for like every day of my life.
There's pros and
It's
cons
fake
there.
pasta.
Anyways, so you can, cooking in batches is good. You save a lot of time and money. And then it's also, if you plan out your meals ahead of time, there's a lot of waste that goes on with food consumption. So I think having a plan and saying this week we're going to have these 5 meals, and then we're going to have leftovers on the other meals of the other days from the previous meal or something like that. You're not going to tend to waste as much stuff. So you just go out and get the stuff that you're specifically going to need. You don't go out and get like, oh, this looks good. Oh, that looks good. Oh, that. And then you end up not using some of it, and you have to throw it out.
Yeah.
And you're throwing literally throwing $5-10 away.
Don't shop when you're hungry.
It's hard to do because I'm always hungry.
Yeah. Well, that right there can definitely save you. I know I buy more, and I buy stuff that looks
absolutely.
good at the time, and then I don't end up using it. or wanting it later, because things look good when you're hungry. Also, packing a lunch along with you and snacks so that you're not tempted to, go out and buy stuff while you're out, because number one, it's usually not as healthy. And number two, it's a lot more expensive. So bringing meals with you is a great idea, or at least snacks, like, just some
just
vegetables
like
or something, fruit.
Yeah, just bring a carrot with you and you'll be fine. No, like apples, nuts. Yeah, like veggies and hummus or whatever. Like you can have it. It's literally cheaper to go out and get a thing of shrimp and like cocktail sauce and do that rather than stop shaking the table. Than going out to going out and getting a sandwich somewhere, because that's probably going to be $8 to $10, and you're better off like eating really good high quality stuff that's going to fill you and you're going to feel better than getting like chips in the vending machine or whatever,
Yeah. Anything else for that?
No, not really. Yeah, just plan ahead.
Yeah.
Helps me a lot.
Utilize coupons. I think we already mentioned that.
Yeah.
Something. What? Go ahead.
No, go for it.
No, you're up next.
All right, fine. Shop in the off season is a good one. Christmas is coming, so like really soon. So usually shopping like right after Christmas, you're going to get deals for the next year. So if you know that you're going to stay roughly the same size because you stopped growing, and like you stay in shape, your diet's good, so next year you're going to be the same. You're probably better off like planning ahead, saying I need jeans or whatever, so I'll just get them for next year, and then I'll be fine through the summer. And then for the shorts, I'm getting them now because I know I'm going to need those in the summer. Like just things like that where you just plan ahead and you just save like 40-50% on whatever you're getting. Yep. And also school supplies, everything else. Just don't wait till you need it.
Yeah. We've also talked about this before as like investments for, buying things off season, a snowmobile or something.
That's true.
Buy that in the spring or, as soon as the snow is starting to melt, and, people want to get rid of them so that they can buy a new one next year, better one. So you can get good deals in the off season and then sell it again in the on season and, make some money. So
yeah, absolutely.
This thing keeps dropping. All right. What else you got?
Another thing would be just like, requesting a raise, like, or negotiating for it, learning how to, maybe you take a course or watch a couple YouTube videos on how to negotiate a raise at work, and you're really putting in a lot of time and effort and you're trying to get that little bit better and get a raise. Maybe that's one thing that you could do just to improve it by a little bit, just by simply asking, because depending on the job that you have, asking definitely does help get a raise sometimes.
Yeah. Especially right now, like unemployment is so low that there's a big demand for workers to, start and also stay, especially stay. So
yeah,
employers definitely want to keep you.
We were trying to hire somebody last week. I think we got somebody. We had 15 interviews in either 0 or I forget. I didn't go to all of them. I went to some of them, but like one person showed up out of the 15. The rest set up the appointment and never show up. Like there's a lot of people out there who would kill for anybody. Like right now we really need, good people. And there's a lot of companies that just really need good people. If they have them, they're probably willing to pay, especially right now, for them to stay, because it's been really hard to find anybody because the unemployment's so stinking low.
Mm. Well, it costs money to find people too, to advertise, to get the right applicants. So, it may be even, less expensive to pay somebody more rather than trying to find somebody else.
Yep.
All right. So there's also stuff you can do in your home. Airbnb is a big thing right now. Although I did hear, I don't know too much about this, I did hear that they're cracking down. A lot of cities and stuff are trying to consider Airbnbs more like a hotel and like put regulations on it and stuff. So
it's messed up.
Yeah. It's like,
I hope something else comes up and like not Airbnb.com where like you can do the same thing, but it's not like really, we don't need the government telling us that like you're allowed to have someone to stay in your home. I don't know. Like I don't want to go into that. Yeah. I don't know enough about it to have a informed opinion. I just don't like the government telling me how to live my life.
Yeah. But for now, it is still something you can do if you have an extra bedroom or even just a couch, and it's just some easy extra money.
Sure.
What else you got? Okay. Well, just something basic in your home. Switch out old light bulbs and stuff. They can, power usage on new bulbs is way lower than the old ones. So
Yep.
get energy efficient bulbs, and that right there can save you.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, there's a
That's
lot
just
of like
something small,
there's the
basic.
obvious stuff where like
Yeah.
try to optimize your house. Maybe just like look up the top. We probably should have done this before the show. Look up the top ways to like save money during the winter on your house, and then it'll be like look into these lights and these windows and hang something over the windows or whatever it happens to be. Like just look into those. You spend half an hour and you might be able to save a decent amount of money that is recurring. So it's not like a lot right off the top, but like a few bucks every month, $10 every month, whatever it happens to be, can add up, and it's not really going to take that much time or money to do. But yeah.
Something also to think about with doing with these savings, or, you know, say you get a raise. Okay, say you get a raise, you now make 10% more. Don't increase your lifestyle expenses by 10%. Put that towards saving and investment. Like, the goal of making money should be so that you can invest it and then not have to continue making money, and your money just makes you money.
Yeah, it's to escape the rat race. It's
Yeah.
not like lifestyle inflation where it just because you make that much more. Like, yeah, I just heard about somebody like, oh, she just got a raise and she got a nice new apartment, and she's like, it's much better now. It's like, now you're exactly where you were before you got the raise with a bigger place. Are you happier?
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's all I got pretty much. So,
Okay.
unless you got anything else here. But
No.
yeah, I don't know. I think kind of minimalism where you stop getting attached to things, because you do get a little bit of a high when you're shopping. It's almost like an addiction, where like sometimes you just like when you're bored you go shopping, or when you don't feel great you go shopping and you get something, and like if that makes you feel better, that's fine. But if it really doesn't add any value to your life,
It's not a
then-
long-term solution.
yeah, maybe cut it out and see if you can use that money elsewhere to get more happy, instead of having more stuff, which is going to clutter your house more, and that is going to, you know, cause you to be more stressed, because like every counter always has something on it. Yeah.
Yeah. Minimalization, I think, adds a lot of, it reduces stress, like just having clutter around.
Yeah.
I think maybe not for everybody. I know for me, just definitely stresses me. It just, things are simple, plain, clean. Like, it's so much less stressful.
Exactly. And then, so like a couple big things here would be, like we talked about the house hack. And then if you're able, so let's say you're not able to get a house hack yet, but maybe you're able to get a smaller apartment. So let's say you're spending like $1,000 a month or whatever. You get a smaller apartment closer to work, and maybe you even get a roommate or something. So you're cutting back the time that you're spending going to work, which is costing you money, the mileage, which is costing you money in your car. And then also you get a smaller apartment, so you're saving that every month. So it's the monthly, daily expenses. Like, you go to work every single day. I think the average American drives like 26 minutes to work every day or something like that. So that's spending like an hour of your day pretty much that you're not getting paid. So that's what, $25 a day? Because if you calculate like whatever you make, if you're at 50 grand a year or whatever, it's like $25, $30, whatever it happens to be, plus the money that you're spending on your car. So like, if you can just design your lifestyle to be easier, where you gain an hour to every single day, plus you save some money. And like, you know, if you can get that place closer to work, like if you're able to do that.
Yeah. The little things are not what's going to bring you to an early retirement.
Yeah.
Like, these are things to do after you've already cut out your big expenses. Don't worry about the little stuff until you've taken care of the big stuff.
Exactly.
And, you know, just, yeah. So I'm thinking of inventing a term, rent hacking.
It's already a thing.
Already a thing. Okay, never mind. So yeah, rent hacking. Like, say you are not in a financial position to buy, like he said, maybe even look for an apartment or something to rent that has extra rooms specifically for the purpose of renting them out.
Yep.
And, you know, make sure it's okay with the landlord first, or even just splitting it. And, you know, that can be way better than, you know, getting this tiny little place. You might be able to get a bigger place and stay there for, you know, very little, or even, you know, you could possibly do it even for free.
Yeah. There's a lot of people who do that in college cities. They'll rent a single family home for like whatever, $1,500 a month. Then they'll rent it out to 4 roommates, and they'll be making $100 a month while they're living in a single family home. They'll take the master suite, and like,
yeah.
So like, fine, you have to live like a college student, but if you live, I don't know, like live below your means, not above them, is the whole point here. If you want to be saving money in order to be able to, like, you're not going to be able to save your way to millions of dollars.
No.
It's just not going to happen.
Millionaires have not been made by saving.
Well,
it's by investing.
Yes, but in order to invest, you need to save.
Yes.
So it's kind of is like, I don't think you'll see most millionaires who are like self-made, low-level millionaires. They're like business owners or whatever. They don't waste money. They don't have $100 shirts on. They don't have like, they buy stuff from TJ Maxx and Marshalls, and they buy cheap food because that is how they became wealthy, is they did not overspend. So it's kind of living within reason on everything that you possibly can, and it all adds up.
Yeah.
So
Controlling your expenses, I think, is definitely more important than controlling your income, because if your expenses keep going up with your income, you're really never getting ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. There's people who make, like, you see people who make $200,000 a year, and you're like, man, they just got to have so much money right now. But like, they'll spend 20 grand on a vacation and have a $80,000 car.
If they lose their job, they'll have nothing within a year.
So yeah.
And we make what? Way less than that. And if we lost our jobs and didn't work for a year, we'd be okay. If we didn't.
But that's because we got our expenses so low. So if you're living for $2,000 a month and you have like 24 grand in the bank, which is not unattainable, then you have a year's runway off 25 grand, as opposed to somebody whose lifestyle is $4,000 a month, and and they have what, 8,000 in the bank. They have 2 months runway. So it all comes back to getting it down. So
yeah,
whatever. You good?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, cool. That is all we got. Thank you guys for watching, listening.
Yep.
Commenting, subscribing, reviewing us.
Yes, please review on Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, whatever it is.
He doesn't know Apple at all.
It's a sham. Although my laptop's an Apple, but
and isn't it great?
No, it's been freezing. I think it's because I've been doing all my like editing and stuff on here, and like the stinking files are massive.
Pretty sure editing software is pretty massive. Yeah.
Well, yeah. The it's like iMovie. It's like I can't even download a real one because I wouldn't have a room on this stinking thing, and I'm like, even after I take I take the videos from this and I have to put them onto the terabyte like external hard drive in order to
Apple Airs are more for basic stuff. They're quick, they're snappy, but they don't have the deep processing power. Like, you really need an Apple Pro.
Yeah. Until I start making money on this, I'm not going to be spending $1,000 on that though. Yeah. Maybe down the road at some point, but not right now.
Look for a way to do it for cheaper.
Got any ideas?
I heard of a friend was telling me about a friend who got one for very cheap. It was a return, and I don't know, maybe go to an Apple store, ask if they have anything like that. Maybe. Or look online. I don't know.
I'll give it a shot. If you guys have any ideas,
comment
down below. And if you have anything that optimizes you by 1%, we would love to hear about it, because we are trying to optimize ourselves by 1%. And
we are looking to learn.
Yeah. The 1% doesn't make a huge difference. When you do 10 different things at 1%, that makes a huge difference. So continue to stack them. Keep going. Retire early. Catch fire.
Travel for free.
Do you have your lighter?
Yes.
Light the way. So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching, listening. Again, commenting, subscribing. Really appreciate it. If you do get some value out of this and you think somebody else in your life might enjoy this, maybe share it with them on social media, or just tell them about it. We're just trying to really help people here. We're obviously not making any money from this, but I think a house hack especially, or the whole life optimization can really change somebody's life. So it is a good thing to try to share with people. So yeah, that's all I got. Cool. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. Cool.
What did you think, dear?
I liked it.
We covered Christmas, the stock market. What's that?
I said, Nathaniel not eating meat.
What?